Hey, what's up YouTube, Scavengr here, and we are back on day, I don't know what day it is, day 25 apparently, of our 22 player Clash of Nations tournament, I forgot beta, series. So, yeah, it's day 25. It's been a few days since I last actually recorded, so there'll be a few things to go over. For you guys though, it's only been a week since the last video. So, as we can see, we are nearing 300 victory points and we are clearly out in front. Our coalition is nearing 600 victory points and we only need another 222 to win. So we're actually pretty close. Now, getting across the line though, that's the hard part. At this point in time, we can get land from our enemy Egypt and Algeria. However, Spain, who isn't so much as an enemy, although he has, placed trade embargoes on us. He's there too. We also have some land in America that we can mop up and grab. But that won't get us across the line. So, although Spain has been pretty friendly, well, I mean, despite the fact he's placed trade embargoes on us, we are probably going to have to go in there and we probably are going to have to kill him and take some of his land. I'd prefer not to take all of it, but if he makes it any harder than it has to be, I've already told him, yeah, we will do it the hard way. So I have been actually talking to Spain, and he knows what's going on. Whether or not he wants to actually respond and take up my offer, which is basically along the lines of, play nice, let us take out Egypt and Algeria, and then we will only take what we need from you. If he doesn't, and he makes it harder, we're going to take him completely out of the game, and he gets nothing for his time. So that's the plan right there. So the only region we've made any progress recently is Egypt. Now, we had to stall out here and take our time because we are kind of stuffed up a little bit. Nothing major, but we managed to get a group of 15 troops killed here in this channel. So, I mean, that was a major stuff up on my end. I should have scouted out the channel and made sure it was clear before I sent any troops across. However, I got overconfident in my abilities and just figured, meh, what are the chances? So, when you take risks, you're gonna lose. So, we got to be more careful in the future. Since then, I have been able to clear out this area, and as far as I can tell, there are no enemy vessels in the Black Sea. So this whole area up here is practically under our control. Now, we do have a battle group that I am sending down into the region at the moment, and this battle group here has been sent down with the purpose of, I hate it when the aircraft don't group on the carriers. It bugs me. It really does. Anyway, so this battle group here has been sent down, and it's going to pick up its tactical bombers in a few hours once they upgrade to level 4 and can land on the carrier. I believe it's level 4. Yeah, it's level 4. So, once they can land on the carrier, they're going to get on, and they're going to also come down with the battle group, and they're going to head down and help me bomb out targets along the coast here that are not protected. Basically, we're just trying to weaken their forces and really dwindle them down. We don't intend to capture any land, we just want to damage their infrastructure and troops. So that's why this battle group here will have a composition of, already at the moment, if we have a look, it has got 4 interceptors. It will have 5 in a second. I'm just waiting for one more to group up. That is down here somewhere. Whereabouts is that interceptor? Here it is. 4 interceptors in a second. It will have 2 naval bombers and 5 tactical bombers, which they're going to be waiting in England, in Plymouth, to board the carriers. So 5 tactical bombers, 5 interceptors, 2 naval bombers. Naval bombers are for scouting, make sure we don't run into anything. Interceptors are for intercepting enemy fighters and protecting the tactical bombers as we bomb out stuff along the coast. Now, despite the fact I have given Spain the chance to, play nice, he doesn't seem to really appreciate my offer too much and has continued fortifying the border. So we've been doing the same. I would have fortified it a little bit more with my own troops, however, but I currently don't have many troops to spare in the region, this here being the bulk. I may start sending some Commandos across, because if we have a look over here at the moment, we have a massive amount of Commandos in the region. 17 to be exact. There's more infantry than we have in the entire game at the moment. So, Yeah, I might send some commandos across, but at the time being, I just want to capture up to here, then stop. We'll need to wait for our navy to clear this out, although I will try to sneak some troops across down here. So maybe send some commandos across into Europe. But at the moment, just kicking Egypt and destroying him is our main priority. So at the moment we are not actually producing that many troops. If you have a look into here, it's just commandos, and the reason for that is commandos can only be produced in one place, so I make sure that this queue is filled all the time, so I keep a steady production of commandos going. In terms of production and what we are building some runways to improve our runway network, but we are also still spending a lot of resources on our food economy and making sure we have the food to fight. If we have a look at the moment, we're only at plus 75, and we have that one barracks open which is producing commandos, and plus 75 is not going to get us too far, so we need to continue working on our food economy and making sure it is as strong as possible so that we can produce the troops we need to fight. It is really hard for me as the Russian Empire to produce food, considering I don't really have that big of a production. I have, you know, two provinces, core provinces that can produce food, and between them, you know, they account for nearly a third of my food production. So, you know, between them, they're producing about, we'll round that up to 7,000, and say that 6,000 kind of evens out a bit. So they're producing about 13,000 food per day, which is, yeah, I actually guess nearly half of my total food production. So we need to start working on our non-core provinces, but we're starting to run out of options with these as well. Like, I mean, these two are our next best options. They're already fully upgraded. We have an option up here, I believe. No, we must have swore we captured a food province up here. Clearly not. So we just need to keep working on that and making sure we can get our production as high as possible. The reason we're producing fortifications is in these provinces here, for example, I want to get these up to 100% morale before I bother with industrial complexes, just to make sure they're producing at the maximum rate. So these three provinces here, over the coming days, I am going to spend a lot of resources on upgrading these, because between them, if I can get them up to the standard of this here, producing 1,500 a day, you know, there's a lot of food to be produced here, almost 4,500 per day, and that is a massive boost. So I can get nearly another 1,000 food out of these provinces here, and that is a massive bonus. The next areas of interest are where these fortifications are down here in Yugoslavia. This province here in particular, because it does produce at double the rate, I can at least get this up to around 3,000. So I really want to invest here, get the morale up, get the morale high, and make the most of it, as well as the surrounding food provinces as well. Then there are some other ones in the area, but they're slowly upgrading as well. I believe most of our food provinces are currently being upgraded, except for the ones where we can't progress any further. Oh, here we go. Here's an option. Okay, well, let's check that in the build queue, and we'll get that later. So let's just make sure everything is moving. Have we got anything queued for that? Nope. That's just finished. And I probably won't upgrade or try and maintain Jerusalem just yet, purely because of how close it is to our border with Egypt. There's no point spending resources just for us to lose them. So you got to keep that in mind as well. Now, I have also been spending a lot of money on spies, and that's inhibiting our ability to buy stuff in the market, which would really speed up this process if we could buy stuff on here, but we need the money for spies. Also considering I somehow over the past few days with my build queue didn't have enough money to pay my spies, so I lost a few saboteurs. So we need to be really careful with that in the future, that our build queue doesn't munch up all of our resources. So yeah, there's not really too much more to say. I am doing some scouting stuff and just scouting out and seeing what Spain has, but I don't think it's all that much. If we have a look, I believe it was yesterday or the day before, World's Mightiest Armies, we're here 23%, Sweden's got 16%, Spain's only on 10%, and I mean, between me and Sweden, and even the Ukraine, we all have troops along this border here, we should be okay. We should do absolutely fine and be able to defeat whatever Spain has along the border. So, I mean, you know, it's up to Spain to accept that deal I offered him, but to me, it just makes it more fun if he says no. So, you know, here is that. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.